Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump versus NATO, Europe getting ready for a post-US NATO, and what it all means. There's been a lot of big news breaking on the subject of the U.S. relationship with NATO, how Trump is factoring into it, and what Europe is ready to do in response. We're going to go through the events and then go over a little bit of a reminder for people who have forgotten one of the basic rules of foreign policy. Okay, so it started with reports that the U.S. is considering no longer having one of its four-star generals or admirals serve as the Supreme Allied Commander of NATO. This is a position that has been held by an American since Eisenhower. If Trump surrenders the position, it's unlikely the U.S. would be able to get it back. It's worth noting that if the U.S. surrenders the role, American troops would end up under foreign command. It would be a massive signal that the U.S. did not intend on sticking with NATO. The news that this was being considered sparked outrage from military, intelligence, and foreign policy experts, as well as politicians from across the political spectrum. Senator Roger Wicker and Representative Mike Rogers, both Republicans and both chairing armed services committees in their chambers, issued a rare joint statement, saying, quote, "We will not accept significant changes to our warfighting structure that are made without a rigorous interagency process, coordination with combatant commanders and the Joint Staff, and collaboration with Congress." Now, there are reports surfacing that European countries are discussing a post-US NATO. There's even been talk about approaching Trump about a managed handoff over the next 5 to 10 years. Such a development would weaken the United States immensely. Americans like to say that NATO isn't that important, but that's a view that is simply ill-informed and not based in history or an understanding of how Europe features in U.S. capabilities. The other thing Americans really need to understand is that many are succumbing to normalcy bias. Many seem to believe that the United States will retain its position in the world without NATO, or that even if we leave NATO, nothing much will change, because we'll still be friends with European countries. Countries don't have friends. They have interests. If the United States leaves NATO, or whatever organization replaces it, will quickly become a competing power like Russia or China. Not just will the U.S. lose allies and capabilities, it will create another major power jockeying for position. This new European power will want to secure access to natural resources and markets, just like the U.S. They will become another competitor power, in many ways more powerful than Russia or China. The conversation in Europe about a post-US NATO should remind everybody to be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.